The Croydon fighting for their fourth Eastbourne Dream title.
A flying Kiwi up to jam for Croydon.
And missing link for London Rock and Rollers Rising Stars.
Missing link almost slipping through the inside there, but not quite making it. Flying Kiwi having a real problem with that wall of London blockers. Oh, but she just sneaks through the inside, and that is Flying Kiwi for Croydon as lead jammer.
Moving up to a lane.
Missing link also getting out of the pack. There was a forearm penalty there for El Hazard just at the end of the jam. 2 points for Croydon, none for London. Lady Lazarus steps up to jam for London Rock and Rollers. And Fackelman for Croydon. With some superb medic dancing here. And that's both jammers getting sent off the cut tracks. So 2 very short jammer penalties.
And meanwhile, all the blockers stand around and take the place to dance.
So there will not be a lead jammer for this jam. They will go for the full 2 minutes. Fackelman is through the pack. Lady Lazarus. Oh. Almost a lovely apex jump, but just a bad one.
So close.
So that is 5 points for Croydon. And Fackelman just slipping past that London wall for a further 5 points. She calls off the jam before Lady Lazarus is released, so this next jam will start as a Croydon power jam. And Smashosaurus Bax is up to jam for Croydon. So it seems like Fackelman is starting as jammer for Croydon in the penalty box. Lady Lazarus jamming for London Rock and Rollers, also starting the penalty box, but being immediately released. So Lady Lazarus gets through his lead jammer. Much more successful little apex jump this time. 5 points for London. Fackelman takes a tumble. And Lady Lazarus scores 5 points and then calls off the jam.
Okay, so next up for London, we have 66. For Croydon, we have
Flying Kiwi.
There we go.
Scores now stand at 10 to London and 12 to Croydon. It's so close. Sticky Six pushing that Croydon wall forward and indeed pushing them over by the looks of it. But that is Flying Kiwi through as lead jammer. Sticky Six headed to the box for a forearms penalty.
So we have a power jam.
Disorderly also gone to the penalty box.
Very popular.
Flying Kiwi get through 5 points there for Croydon.
And not to be outdone, one of Croydon goes to the penalty box as well.
Everyone likes a penalty box.
Especially tonight.
Out of play block there from Hunter. And Sticky Six is back on the track through the patch. Chunderwoman tries to chase her down, doesn't quite make it. Flying Kiwi got to deal with Disorderly. 5 more points for Croydon and 1 for London. And we have Miss Unlink up to jam for London.
And for Croydon we have...
Smashosaurus Rex.
Oh, you're on it this one. You're right there. I'm looking at a bit of paper and trying to bend round the ref and you're straight on it.
Missing link is through is a lead jammer. Smashosaurus back headed to the penalty box. So in their last power jam, London managed to catch up almost with Croydon. So let's see if they can do it again. Now 5 points.
Fast-paced action here in our final game for the day.
That is 5 more points there for London. Smashosaurus Beck's back on the track, but then pushed off by Diarrhea. Smashosaurus Beck almost getting through once again. So that's 5 more points for London, which, if my mathematics is right, means we have a lead change.
And you were right, it was a lead change.
If you're playing the Red Lottery drinking game, take a drink now.
You can add up.
Lady Lazarus up to jam for London, and I think that's Turbo Chick for Croydon. Both jammers gone to the penalty box.
And Chunderwoman decided to join them just to keep them company.
So, 2 very short power jams. Oh look, they're over.
Neck and neck as they come out the pack together. Neither have lead, so this will be a full 2 minutes. Oh,
However, Lady Lazarus has committed a forearms penalty. So we have another power jam, which will last, has already lasted longer than those 2. That is 5 points there for Croydon, which means we have another lead change. That will put Croydon just ahead.
Yoink.
Lady Lazarus back on the track,
And back
through the pack. Turbo Chick having a bit of a London problem, but she gets through too.
Okay, no lead jammer here. So this one goes for the full 2 minutes.
And that is another 5 points for Croydon and 2 for London.
As Toxic Frosting makes her way to the penalty box. The cutting, I believe. Dirty DC.
I know what you came here to see. If you were free, then come on with me. You came here to go.
Dirty DC getting hit off there and recycled way back. Flying Kiwi also getting it off.
Dirty DC through for lead. And once again, the penalty box is filling up with a jammer.
Penalty box is filling up with everyone. There's 5 people in there, including the Croydon Jammers, so that means it's a London Power Jam.
I'm sure they must be handing out sweets in there or something. It's very popular today.
So that is 5 points there for London.
Just 2 Croydon blockers on the field.
I know what you came here
Trap.
to see. If you were free, then come on with me.
Dirty DC calls off the jam,
I must say, open
meaning that this next jam will start as a power jam.
That
She
was
scores 4 points before she does, which I think means we have another league change.
another lead change.
I'm not certain. I'm waiting for them to update. Do we have another lead change, lovely NSOs?
She's like,
She changed it. We do! Another lead change! So London Rockin' Rollers are now on 42 with Croydon on 36.
and we're starting with a power jam.
I get money, then I double up.
66 jamming for London.
And it's still Flying Kiwi for Croydon, but she starts in the penalty box.
At least she's got some company in there, so she's not bored.
I don't think that's the problem people have in a penalty box, I have to say.
Is it not?
Boredom, not really, no.
Have I misunderstood the whole concept of the penalty box? There's some officially type stuff happening at the moment.
Those officials do like to officially.
They do. They officially.
Or words.
Officially very well.
Very efficient officially.
And today we have some of the best officialing in the business. Don't forget, we get to do it all day again tomorrow. Oh, Jana's out.
Okay, so it looks like Flying Kiwi is starting on the track. Don't know why.
We're just trying to make it hard for us today.
It's going down.
No cut track.
Apparently there was no penalty on Flying Kiwi. She just went to the penalty box because she missed it.
See, my theory about them wanting to go there for sweets might be true. What a shame. So, Croydon are through.
But I'm not lead jammer.
And Lee Jammer goes to 66. Almost immediately calls it off.
But not before Croydon managed to score those 4 points. We just have a clarification on why Flying King was in the penalty box and then not. She was given a cut track penalty, but there was an official review, and it was not a cut track because the player she cut was out of play, so she was allowed to cut her.
No pass, no penalty. Or something like that.
You're just copying what Igor did.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
That's Missing Link through lead jammer for London Rock and Rollers. Chunder Woman chasing her down for Croydon. Mr. Link calls off the jam just before a truly epic apex jump.
Chunder Woman, that was pretty special.
It was lovely, but it was too late, so you didn't score any points. But London scored 2.
And it is close.
44 to London, 40 to Croydon.
That was exciting.
Yeah, some wings the way she's got it.
Turbo Chick up to jam now for Croydon and Lady Lazarus for London. But it's Turbo Chick who's out as lead jammer.
But Lady Lazarus is hot on her tail.
Oh, nice!
For action!
It just looked like a little tap for centre flight.
Bit of a love tap there. That was awesome. Give us some cheers for that. That was really cool.
I enjoyed that.
That was awesome. What a game of roller derby this is proving to be.
Dirty DC up to jam now for London and Flying Kiwi for Croydon. There's Flying Kiwi out as lead jammer for Croydon.
Dirty DC fighting her way through a very tough Croydon.
But she gets through. Ooh. Flying Kiwi taking quite a beating there. Scores 2 points, calls it off.
Literally living up to her name and flying twice.
Smashosaurus backs up to jam now for Croydon. Sicky 6 for London. And after quite the fight, and just almost at the same time as Siggy 6, that is Smashosaurus Bex is through as lead jammer.
That was tight. That was close. And she calls it off. No points. Either team.
There's just 2 points in it at the moment. 44 to London Rock and Rollers, 42 to Croydon.
There is some awesome dancing from the refs and photographers in the centre there.
That's Missing Link jamming for London and Turbo Chick for Croydon. But it's Missing Link through as lead jammer.
She did not hang around there.
Turbo Chick being forced to go way back.
And Missing Link is through for 5 points.
So beautifully done. Turbo Chick is also out of the pack now. So Missing Link calls off the jam.
El Hazard will start the next time in Belgium.
But that seems to be half time.
Oh! That'll be half time then.
So we will be back in about 5 minutes. And we are back. Well, I'm back. Phil's still running across the track.
Fireball.
So we have Flying Kiwi up to jam for Croydon.
I'm back.
And Missing Link for London.
Sorry, there was a queue. It's fine, walk away. It's okay.
As Missing Link out as lead jammer for London, Flying Kiwi chasing her down.
It's still so close. It's all to play for in this last 20 minutes.
And jammer's struggling to catch up with the pack, it's going so fast. Missing Link calls off the jam. Can't catch up with the pack, gonna have to call it off. But in the meantime, both of those London blockers are now out of the penalty box. So we can have a full contingent of skaters on track. That's Lady Lazarus jamming for London. And Fackelman for Croydon. And Fackelman is out as lead jammer.
But Lady Lazarus is...
And we've got another situation where the jammers are just racing to try and catch up with the pack.
Actually calls it.
Lady Lazarus looked terribly disappointed that she didn't get to near the pack. They were just going so fast, mate.
This is Derby.
Dirty DC up to jam for London. And Underwoman for Croydon. Super! Dirty DC straight through. I don't think she even touched that pack. Underwoman now chasing her down. In fact, not racing away for once.
4 points. Sorry, 4 points.
2 points left for Croydon.
4 points for London. That does not give us a big change. It does not give us a big change, but it does bring it quite close.
55 to London, 46 to Croydon. It's very exciting. 66 up to jam now for London and Flying Kiwi for Croydon. Flying Kiwi just fighting with that London wall.
And 66 takes her seat in the penalty box, I believe, for elbows.
And that was lead jammer to Flying Kiwi.
While 66 gets some company in the penalty box.
Superbly strong London wall there. But Flying Kiwi gets through. She only scores 4 points there because there was a no pass, no penalty. C6 back on the track, through the pack.
Just as the Flying Kiwi walks into a big elbow. Joint shoulder.
That wasn't an elbow.
The shoulder, just a bit at the top. So we have Smash Shores Bex Up for Croydon.
And that's missing link for London. Both jammers having quite the battle, but it's Smashosaurus Bex is out and lead jammer. Missing link also out through the pack. Nice little help from her friends where it gets Smashosaurus Bex through. And I think we have another lead change.
Missing link is on her way to the penalty box for 4.
So, this is going to start as a Croydon Power Jam, Chunder Woman jamming. Missing link starting in the penalty box. London not giving her an easy time of it, disorderly.
But she's not giving up. Oh, she is going to.
That's a cut track there from Chunder Woman, meaning Missing Link is released from the penalty box.
Like you're right in saying we have no lead jammer for this one?
We do have a lead jammer because it's Missing Link.
Literally, just as I said that.
Missing Link started in the penalty box, but she did not commit a penalty in this jam, so she's still eligible for lead jammer.
And that's why I have someone here that knows the rules. So, I think both jammers were out the penalty box there.
So now we have
Backelman for Croydon. And
alright, you can just interrupt me if you want, that's fine. I was just about to say we have Dirty DC for London.
I shall hang my head in shame.
You should. Some superb blocking, some great walls, means that neither jammer is getting through easily.
Oh, but we do have a lead jammer, and that lead jammer is Dirty DC for London.
And we do have some more people who have gone to the penalty box. Superb, just little slip through the pack there from Dirty DC, scoring 5 points. And a nice little kind of jump into someone. So that she kind of pivoted off them as she did a jump round. Didn't quite work out, she fell off, over.
5 points for Dirty DC.
Backelman being forced to go way to the back of the pack. Well, Dirty DC just slips through on the outside line there.
For another 5 points. Oh,
And we have a star pass. So Sugar Hits is now the jammer for Croydon. Dirty DC
slip.
getting through. 4 more points for London. So that jam not only sees London take back that lead after the tie, it also sees them really increase it. So the scores currently stand 57 to Croydon, but 78 to London Rock and Rollers.
And 66 is up for London, and Chunder Woman for Croydon. And Chunder Woman goes straight to the other jammer. And it worked because she is through. Chunder Woman has lead.
Six also through. Kind of shrugging off that big hit from Smashosaurus Bex.
Didn't bother me, it's fine.
2 more points there for Croydon.
It's been a little closer, but it is still 78-59. London have the lead. And also the loudest fans in the audience, I think.
So Missing Link up to jam now for London and Flying Kiwi for Croydon. Missing Link almost getting through and just getting hit off at the last second. But Flying Kiwi gets through as lead jammer.
And once again, the penalty box is filling up.
So it's 4 points there for Croydon.
And Croydon call it off. Kind of lost track of whose water I'm actually drinking now. Grab the nearest one to me.
Chunderwoman up to jam now for Croydon with Lady Lazarus for London.
And straight through again for Chunderwoman.
Lady Lazarus battling her way through. A nice little apex jump there from Chunderwoman. She scores her 4 points and calls it off.
Nice way to do it. Big, lovely apex jumping and just calls it. So Dirty DC up to jam for London. We have the table coming over.
Just 11 points in it now, 78 to London, 67 to Croydon. And we have Smashosaurus Bex up to jam for Croydon and Dirty DC.
Oh, Smashosaurus Bex just forced her way through the London wall there. There was no, she wasn't taking any prisoners.
Nor should she.
Nor should she. This one was on the uphill.
Dirty DC also through. Smashosaurus Bex just seeming to creep round that outside line there.
She's determined to single-handedly make up that points difference.
1 point there for London. And a timeout for us.
Intensely holding the mic.
Both jammers struggling with those walls. But it's Flying Kiwi through, lead jammer for Croydon.
And unfortunately, 66 is on her way to the penalty box.
Looks like that was a misconduct. An out-of-play block there from Disorderly. But some of the other London blockers are back on.
It's actually a failure to reform we just got shouted at as she went round.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. That's okay. I love it when they tell us what they did wrong as they went round. So the jammer is back on, but the Croydon team call it.
Packerman up to jam now for Croydon and Missing Link for London. Oh, you're right, we do have a lead change.
There are just 2 points in it, and there can't be long left on the clock either.
London on 79, Croydon on 81. And it's Backelman that gets a lead jammer.
missing link. Oh, missing link still in the pack. Backman gets through for 4 points.
5 points.
5 points, sorry, into the fun.
Packerman calling off the jam there. She has got 2 points. I think we must be fairly close to the end of this game. Score's currently standing 79 to London Rock'n'Rollers, 88 to Croydon. Gentlewoman up to jam for Croydon, Lady Lazarus for London.
It's so close.
It could go either way. This Lady Lazarus through as lead jammer for London.
And Chunderwoman's out as well. Lady Lazarus has lead.
She gets through, she calls it off. That's 4 more points to London.
And that makes it 88 to 73.
Just 5 points in it.
83. Okay, look, I'm having to commentate and add up. I'm a man, I can't do both. I can barely do one.
Dirty DC up to jam now for London, and Flying Kiwi for Croydon.
We have 2 minutes left. We have 2 minutes left, and there are literally just a few points in it. 5.
And it's Flying Kiwi gets through as lead jammer.
And she's through again.
That's 5 more points for Croydon.
Croydon stretching their lead now.
Dirty DC is now out of the pack. And she just goes off as she's calling it, but she does score the 4 points.
So come on, crowd, we have about a minute left to give these players some love.
It's 66 up to jam now for London Rock'n'Rollers. Is that it?
Oh. And that's it.
We need to wait for our referees to double check the adding up before we give you the official score. It's too close to just assume that that's correct.
What a game of roller derby. So let's hear it for our 2 teams. Let's hear it for London. And let's hear it for Croydon. And obviously, let's hear it for everyone else that's made this day possible. And if there was an award for the loudest fans of the day, London would definitely get that one.
Is that final score now, refs? Yeah?
Are we agreed?
Can you get out of the way so I can see it? So, final score, London Rock'n'Rollers 83, Croydon Roller Derby 97, the 4th year running. Croydon Roller Derby take the title.